It is Ahsoka Tano Thursday morning. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. We could begin by relaxingly reciting an excerpt from the latest draft of my meditation manual, available for free download, Easy Enlightenment. So we are off to page 109. So this is going to be a very technical, what's it called? Chapter. Don't think of this as a how-to step-by-step recipe book, but as a series of paints on our palette. We don't have to use all of them. We pick and choose the colors on our palette according to the needs of the moment. And if that sounds like there's a learning curve, you're exactly right. Here we go. In these days of technological terrors, we can easily time our meditation using the stopwatch app on our smartphones. Now, because it's been a while since I've chanted with them as things, I just want to make sure that everything's formatted well. Let's continue. However, one might time one's meditation session by burning 1, 2, or 3 sticks of incense, one after the other. You know, today's going to be a 3 incense stick meditation type of deal. Let's continue. This method of crease counting, however, was inspired by the techniques practiced by many Bengalis. Those of us living in countries enduring a rise of fascism know that although cranky officials in polyester could confiscate both smartphones and rosaries alike, we'll most always have our hands. And by extension, this means of practicing crease counting. Those of us who have endured disabilities, numerous and lifelong, are often drawn to the energy work of Taoism as well as Tantric Buddhism. Although we could influence our bodies, channels, winds, and drops, or Nadi Prana and Bindu in Sanskrit through visualization or invocation, the easiest and most therapeutic method is to use the finger gestures or mudra that are part and parcel of this practice of Bengali crease counting, consisting of the first pillar, inhalations, the second pillar, sets, and the third pillar, collections. So I'm going to eliminate the editing marks because I don't want anybody having a stroke. Beginning with the first pillar, over the span of 12 inhalations, we could touch the tip of our right thumb to the lowest, middling, and uppermost set of creases upon its little finger. It could then count likewise upon its ring, middle, and then index fingers. Continuing with the second pillar, we could count sets of 12 inhalations each, this time with our left thumb. To count 4 sets, we could touch the tip of our left thumb to the lower set of creases upon the little ring, middle, and index fingers of our left hand. Yes, to count 8 sets, we could touch both the lowest and middling sets of creases upon the 4 fingers of our left hand. And even count 12 sets by touching the lowest, middling, and uppermost sets of the creases upon the 4 fingers of our left hand. Remember, each crease on our left hand represents one collection of 12 inhalations on our right hand. Clear as mud? Let's continue. But typically we'll only count the 4 sets of 12 inhalations each. This is really, I'm not really sure if I'm going to use this because this is an outdated comment. So what I'm going to do is put this in ridiculously small font. So I'll note disregard it. Okay, let's continue. Finishing with the third pillar, we could gather 4 collections of 4, 8, or 12 sets of 12 inhalations each, in a manner that gently, therapeutically, and sustainably influences our channels, winds, and drops. Now, this is a lot of information, and there's no pop quiz. There's no guy standing with a sword preparing to chop your head off if you don't memorize this. But this is why I offer this for free download. This is why I review this every month. Upon the tip of our left little finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right little finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the bladder region of our lower abdomen. Upon the tip of our left ring finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right ring finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the navel region of our mid-abdomen. Upon the tip of our left middle finger, which looks faintly obscene, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the heart region of our chest. Upon the tips of each of our left fingers, we could rest the great knuckles at the base of each of our right fingers, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the throat region of our neck. Upon the tip of our left index finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the crown region of our head. Although these actions might not bestow upon us the miraculous powers of a Tolkien fever dream, I should add an image of Gandalf right here. I think that would be splendid. So I'm going to do that right now while it's fresh on my furry little brain. So let's see here. Gandalf. The white and let's go to images. This will work. Let's hit save image as Gandalf the White. Okay. We're going to have to get fancy and do a snipping tool, just like Anakin's nickname for Ahsoka. Okay, so we're going to hit, let's hit right here. Gandalf the right. And now let's see if I can do this. Thank you very much for your patience. If you are as neurodivergent as me, you'll understand the mandate of now. So go ahead and hit wrap text behind text and give it the old slide-a-rooney. See if this fits. Almost. And almost. Good. Okay. Although these actions might not bestow upon us the miraculous powers of a Tolkien fever dream, they could assist our body's practice of the Buddha's mindfulness and meditation. At long last, having completed our opening recitation, in preparation for this morning's group meditation, we can spend approximately 30 seconds on YouTube housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I can become your personal nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. We turn now to the latest iteration of very easy meditation practice text, or sadhana, if you're nasty. Together, let us chant. Whatever comes, may all beings notice, relax and flow. Whatever stays, may all beings notice, relax and flow. Whatever goes, may all beings notice, relax and flow. Now, what's following should seem familiar. Upon the tip of our left ring finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right ring finger, palms up, in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the navel or mid-abdomen, or the navel region of our mid-abdomen. Beginning our meditation practice at this psychic center places this practice in the category of Mother Tantra, which should not be confused with motherfucker, although they begin with the same consonant. So, despite the ravings of elitist patriarchy, the most ancient Buddhist statues do not depict him sitting in the full lotus posture. Au contraire, they depict him sitting in the quarter lotus posture, which is accessible to virtually every human. In the quarter lotus posture, one lower leg rests upon another, just like a sandwich. We don't turn out from the knees, for these bad boys are just hinge joints. We turn out from the hips. We never, ever, ever force the posture. We reconcile ourselves, we resign ourselves to mediocrity and imperfection, and set space for time and gravity to do their work in just 5 minutes every 12 hours over the span of 1 or 2 weeks. And within that time, this can transform into this. Now let us take a moment to review the mechanics of mindfulness and meditation. Every time we inhale, thanks to our sympathetic nervous system, we are wired to notice in a very special way, to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly, which is the polar opposite of concentration, rigid and controlling. What then do we do with that which we notice? We meditate. You see, every time we exhale, thanks to our parasympathetic nervous system, we are already wired for both physical relaxation as well as mental release. The most efficient way for us to cooperate with the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems is for us to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation, and for us to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation. Together, let us practice right now, and remember, the moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, or Buddhist meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. I check for questions approximately once every 7 or every 10 to 20 minutes or so. Regardless of where our energy coalesces, regardless of how we hold our hands, anatomically and energetically, it is easiest to coordinate our sensations of relaxation with our sensations of the air exhaling or departing through our nostrils. Now, of course, if you have a stuffy nose, breathe through your mouth. There are more teachers of patriarchy than there are teachers of matriarchy. If a teacher of patriarchy has you questioning the Buddha's teachings when they contradict with a commentary written thousands of years after the death of the Buddha, find a better teacher. The Buddha taught an easy path, where enlightenment could be accomplished in as little as a week. On the tip of our left middle finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the heart region of our chest. Every time we inhale, thanks to our sympathetic nervous system, we have evolved to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics such as perceptions. Sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, scents, and the like, including the full spectrum of human emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings. Every time we exhale, we are already, thanks to our parasympathetic nervous system, we are wired for both physical relaxation as well as mental release. The path of patriarchy is about fighting our autonomic nervous system. The path of matriarchy is about cooperating with it. Therefore, during each inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this, and during each exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease. The moment you feel aversion or boredom, that becomes your spontaneous object of mindfulness. Noticing it as you breathe in, relaxing into its non-graspable nature as you breathe out. Now, according to Prahevajra, emotions are neither good nor bad, they simply are. Either anxiety or peace or both share the same nature. Therefore, there is no need to reach for one or shove at the other. Welcome to the final third of this morning's practice. Let us make the most of it. Upon the tip of our left index finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the crown region of our head. Every time we relax into our exhalation, whatever duality we such as scorn or praise we might have noticed during our previous inhalation, could feel as if it was melting into the simplicity of just the interpersonal. The most efficient way for us to cooperate with our sympathetic as well as parasympathetic nervous systems is for us to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this as we feel our inhalation through our nostrils, and to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease as we feel our exhalation through our nostrils. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 9 2/3 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.